everyone, it's Lena. I'm an eating disorder recovery coach, and I'm here to help guide you through all things recovery. A question I get asked a lot is, can I recover from my eating disorder on a vegan diet? Now, I want to first give you the short answer to it and then go a little more deeply into it. The short answer is yes, of course you can recover from your eating disorder on a vegan diet. However, there may be some cases where it's actually a little bit more recommendable to take a little bit of a break from the vegan lifestyle. To figure out whether or not you are one of those people, I have some tips for you that I'm going to share. Before I get into it, however, I would like to say that I fully and completely understand that the vegan lifestyle goes way beyond just what you're choosing to put into your body. I know that if you're vegan, you care deeply about the animals, you are full of love and compassion, and I know that this means a lot more to you than just whatever lands on your plate. So I have full compassion for you. I fully understand what you're going through, and I know that it can even be challenging and confronting to just ask yourself this question of whether or not it may make sense for you to let go of veganism for a while. So let's get into figuring out whether or not you should take a break from veganism. The first tip I have for you is to just ask yourself, what was there first? Did you go vegan before you ever developed an eating disorder, or did you have an eating disorder long before you ever went vegan? This is just an indicator. It doesn't yet answer the question, but let's just say that if your eating disorder came after veganism, it's more likely that you're safe to go and that you made this decision to go vegan from a place that wasn't already disordered. If your eating disorder, however, came first and it had already been there for maybe a few years before you ever went vegan, it's possible that some of the elements of your eating disorder that have to do with restriction may be tied in with the veganism. And so in that case, it could be an option to take a break from veganism. But this criteria alone shouldn't decide that question for you, so let's get into the next point. My next tip for you to help figure this all out is to ask yourself how much of your identity is actually tied in with your vegan lifestyle. Do you know who you are outside of veganism? What would happen if you were to let go of that? How would your life change, and how would you feel about that? Just start asking yourself those questions to see if there may be a little bit of an over-identification with your current lifestyle. That is often the case when we're going through an eating disorder, that we just attach to food, and in this case obviously it's more than food, but food is a huge aspect of veganism, and so we tend to just throw ourselves fully, wholly, and completely into a diet, and we just become that diet. We make it our life. But you want to be able to know who you are outside of your diet. You want to not be defined by the lifestyle that you've chosen for yourself. So just take a moment to evaluate for yourself whether or not veganism is a huge aspect of your personality, of your identity, and how it would make you feel to even consider letting that go. Now, the next tip is an obvious one, but I would say that if you are craving any kind of animal product at all, that is a sure sign that you're restricting in some way, shape, or form beyond what you're actually feeling from the depth of your heart. So, if you're craving animal products occasionally, I would say to recover from your eating disorder, it may be a consideration for you to just let go of veganism for at least a moment. Now, if all three of the things that I've already mentioned apply to you, I have a little exercise for you that I would like for you to do in order to see what would happen. Now, if all of the three things that I've already mentioned apply to you, there's a pretty big chance that there might be some value in letting go of veganism for you. Here's a little exercise that I have for you to figure this out and explore this a little bit deeper. If you are one of the people who do at some point in their recovery crave some animal products, I want you to just give yourself the option of having them. So let's say you're vegan and suddenly you're craving real cheese. I would say go get yourself some real cheese, but give yourself the option of not even eating it. You just want to just approach this problem with ease, and you want to gradually ease into it. So if you are one of the people who occasionally crave animal products, I would say there is a pretty big chance that for you it may be better to just let go of veganism for at least a moment. I have a little exercise for you that I want you to do if you're craving animal products at some point in your recovery. Let's say you've been a vegan for 5 years or so, and suddenly in recovery you have this craving come on for like real cheese. What I would invite you to do is to just buy yourself or somehow get yourself a pack of cheese and to just sit with that. You don't even have to make it an option of eating that. Now, I have a little exercise for you to figure this out further. If all of the three things that I've already mentioned apply to you, there's a pretty big chance that it may be time for you to take a little bit of a break from veganism. To explore this even a little more deeply, I have a little exercise for you to do to see if you really need to go there. If you're one of the people craving animal products at some point in your recovery, I want you to just allow yourself to go and get that product. You don't even have to make it an option to eat it, but I want you to just be able to have that product right in front of you and to just sit with it. And here's what I want you to do. You're going to have that product, whatever it is, let's say it's a pack of cheese, and you're going to sit right next to it with a journal, and you're going to journal just everything that comes up for you, all of the thoughts, all of the feelings, all of the beliefs that you have. And I want you to just jot those down in the journal. So it could look something like, I feel like a criminal. I feel like I shouldn't do this. I feel terrible. I feel like I don't deserve to live. Like, seriously, there can be some really heavy stuff in there. And I want you to just explore what you wrote down. Read through that and just see, is this really just about food? Is this just about diet? Is this really coming from the depth of my heart, this desire to be vegan? Or is there something more to it? Am I choosing to be vegan because I love it? Or do I have to be vegan in order to feel okay about myself? If it's the latter option, you really may benefit from taking a little break from veganism. These are just some pointers for you to figure out whether or not it's safe for you to be vegan in recovery. But I do urge you to really put the full focus on your recovery first. know that you can let go of the restrictive element of veganism through recovery, but you're free to return to veganism once you've just detangled your brain, and you can do it from a place of freedom. Veganism is all about freedom. We want to free the animals and have equality for everyone, and we want freedom, right? And so want that freedom for yourself as well. You deserve to be free, and veganism should be a choice that you made out of love for yourself and the animals, not out of obligation and out of restriction. So just use those tips. I hope they were helpful for you to just kind of navigate this problem. I know it's super hard to let go of veganism, something that you so deeply believe in, but really just know that it can be a temporary thing for you to just get your mind straight, detangle all of the mess, and then you can come back to it from a whole different place. I hope that you found this video helpful and that it helped you figure out whether or not veganism for you is tied in with your eating disorder or not. If you feel that you need a little bit more guidance with it, I also offer one-on-one coaching. I will put all of my info in the description box below. And if you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. And I look forward to speaking to you soon about other things related to recovery. I'm sending you so much love and blessings. All the best to you on your journey. And I will speak to you soon.